Hey guys, I'm P-Freak, welcome back to Pokemon Renegade Platinum. Last time we ventured into Stark Mountain to go help Buck with patrolling the area apparently. We found out that apparently the last remaining bit of Team Galactic was over there trying to take over the volcano, or at least try to grab some Magma Stone, I believe he said. And then we had to chase them out of there. Eventually, Charon, who was trying to revive Team Galactic, got arrested, and we basically saved the day. And then we also found out that we now have access to a building that houses all the gym leaders and all that. In this part, we are going to begin on the grand adventure of trying to capture every single legendary Pokemon. So that'll be fun. We did also talk to Steven at the end after we got the Magma Stone, but we unfortunately cannot continue his quest for a little while, at least not until we actually capture one of these legendary Pokemon. Anyways, with that all said and done, let's begin. Now, I will, for the most part, be going in Pokedex order, so we'll be dealing with some of the Kanto legendaries. But before we do that, I figured since, these are the last few Pokemon that are actually missing from our Sinnoh Pokedex, we should start with the Lake Guardians, or the Mirage Pokemon as I kept on calling them, because I could not think of the term Lake Guardians. Technically, both are correct terms, so, But they're basically the same sort of fights. You do want to save for this, but for most of these fights, they changed it to where you can keep rebattling and rebattling the Pokemon even if you fail without having to save. Most of them. There are some select fights, like the Heatran fight, where if you fail to capture that Pokemon initially, you're going to have to go fight the entire Elite Four again in order to actually do it. But I have the window up right here for the wiki, and it does say that Uxie you can rebattle constantly. So, with that all said and done, do I actually have... I've laid out here. Oh yeah, I also leveled everyone up to level 100 because we're basically done with the story. We might as well just get everyone maxed out, especially now that we have access to Trainee. With that all said and done, let's get going. So, we all seen me capture legendary Pokemon and all that. We don't need to constantly see me doing this again and again. I will briefly just show you where the Pokemon is located. Of course, I missed Thunder Wave and I forgot to use a Quick Ball. And I forgot to also turn off battle animations again. God, why is everything, freezing constantly? Oops. Oh, it has rest. Fun. Anyways, we all know how Pokemon battles go, so I'm not going to bore you guys with constantly seeing me have to go in the middle of the battle, so I'll just cut to when I'll show you where the Pokemon we can find is, and I'll then just cut to me actually capturing the Pokemon. Some of them aren't going to be easy as just going to a location and actually just capturing them. Some of them you have to actually jump through several hoops to do, especially a certain specific mythical Pokemon. So I'll see you guys at the end of this battle. It's kind of redundant. Uxie has both extrasensory and psychic. That's extremely redundant. I believe Uxie normally, though, has, God damn it. I believe wait. Oh, it's part Fairy type now. That's right. I forgot. They actually changed the Lake Guardians to be part Fairy type. Forgot about that. Anyway, as I was saying, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I just think it's redundant. I think, Uxie does normally have, Uproar to actually prevent you from sleeping. It's either that or one of the other Lake Guardians. But yeah, they also changed them to be part Fairy type. I completely forgot about that. Let's see. I'm going to actually give, I'm going to actually give Gallade Taunt here, because I am incredibly tired of it constantly sleeping, so Taunt will definitely help us out there. Okay, there we go. That actually took only 2 or 3 Pokeballs there. When Uxie flew, people gained the ability to solve problems. It was the birth of knowledge. Sure, if you want to say that. You figured with it being now part Fairy type, it would actually learn a Fairy type move instead of having both extrasensory and psychic. It just seems kind of dumb. Alright, next up, we are over here in Lake Verity, I believe this is. And we are going to, yes, Verity. And we have Mesprit over here. Now, final little thing about Lake Verity, I don't know if I said this before, but the cavern in Lake Verity actually will not be here originally when you first have access to the place, before you have Surf. Because, I don't know. I found this out because I used to actually use the extra replay a lot, and the walkthrough walls cheat allowed me to actually get onto the water before I was initially able to. Anyways, another little thing about Mesprit is that normally Mesprit would be considered a roaming Pokemon. What a roaming Pokemon basically is that they roam around the region, you have to go try to find them, and then when you encounter them, if you do not have a way to trap them, they will immediately run away. They were a pain in the ass. Your best way to counter these would be to throw Master Balls at them, because it just immediately captures them, which is why you normally want to save your Master Balls. But thankfully, they actually changed it to where there are no roaming Pokemon in this game. Initially, there were 5 roamers in Platinum. which was a pain in the ass. So I'm really glad that they do not have, again, with the... do they all just have the same moveset? Okay, well, that's annoying. Anyways, it was a pain in the ass to deal with. Initially, I thought this was still the case, so I actually went and tried to get more Master Balls. I actually did one of those gauntlets there with the gym trainers, and it's not just the gym trainers, actually, or the gym leaders. Why did I keep saying gym trainers? It's not just the gym leaders, you also have your rivals in there, but you also have Team Galactic involved in that 24-character gauntlet. So that's really obnoxious. Took a really long time to get just one. And after finding out that I don't really need to, it's just like, okay, I might as well just not even do it. So, but yeah, thankfully they removed all roamers, so you do not have to worry about that. So you can just catch Mesprit here. And yes, you can try infinitely to try to capture Mesprit. You do not have to go and rebound the elite form with this one. There we go, Jesus. Okay, Mesprit was a pain in the ass still, despite the fact that it not being a roamer. When Mesprit flew, people learned the joy and sadness of living. It was the birth of emotions. I mean, sure, but there were a whole array of other emotions too, not just happiness and sadness, as Inside Out has clearly told us. Another thing I should probably mention as we make our way over to the Valor Lakefront is that you can actually catch these guys as early as when you're done with the Distortion World. You don't need to wait till I did to capture these Pokemon. There are some Pokemon that you do need to wait till you're done with the Stark Mountain to actually capture, like Heatran, for example. That's kind of an obvious one. But for these guys, you can go as early as when you finish the Distortion World. While we're over here, it looks like we still do not have access to these two items right over here. I'm kind of half tempted to see if I can add a walkthrough walls actual replay code just to see exactly what these items are, but we'll skip out on that for now. Instead, go into the Valor Lakefront. Weirdly enough, Lake Valor is the one name I actually remember the most out of Acuity and Rarity. I believe it's because I remember Dawn saying it a lot in the Pokemon anime, so it's just kind of ingrained into my head. Anyways, we finally have the last being of emotion, or not being, Lake Guardian, Jesus. Azelf. Azelf is actually my personal favorite. Azelf, Uxie, and Mesprit, they fall into, well, different specializations. Azelf is the more aggressive and attack-oriented of the three. Uxie is the more defensive one, and then Mesprit's somewhere in the middle. Unfortunately, that kind of leaves Mesprit to be not very good because it doesn't really specialize in anything. So, being a jack of all trades is not necessarily a good thing. Just saying. Alright, I'll see you guys in a minute. This was the most annoying of them all. Like, whose idea was it to give them all rest? When Azelf flew, people gained the determination to do things. It was birth, willpower, you were filled with determination, yada yada. Get out of my face, please. Okay, well, that's all the Lake Guardians out of the way. And with that, if we look at our Pokedex, we have only obtained 207. We've seen 210, but we've only obtained 207. Who are the three I'm missing? I think Dialga and Palkia are two of them. Wait, here we go. Oh, and Manaphy, that's right. You know what, actually, let's go and finish off the Sinnoh and deal with both Dialga, Palkia, and Manaphy. Alright, to get Manaphy in this game at the very least, I believe we need to go in here and... Oh, my lovely assistant besides me has been taking care of the egg I mentioned. You should speak to her if you want to receive it. Ah, here we go. As per my master's wishes, you shall bequeath the egg to you, trainer. As I'm sorry, but you have too many Pokemon with you at the moment. Alright, I forgot about that. Okay, now that we actually have a space in our party... yeah, we get the egg. I believe you can get this egg as early as you're done with the Pokemon Mansion story part that they added in here. Master worked extremely hard to locate. It's truly one of a kind. I must return to my duties. I bid you adieu, trainer. Thank you, random maid. Anyways, Manaphy. So, normally the way you would get Manaphy is... Wow, it's already hatching. That's pretty nice. You do normally get Manaphy in an egg. The way you get this egg is that you have to complete the main story of Pokemon Ranger. And then, the original Pokemon Ranger, by the way, not Shadows of Almia or Guardian Signs, I believe the third one is called. You finish that, and then you get a code to access the Manaphy egg and transfer it over to Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum. Problem with that is that you can only get one Manaphy egg per game cartridge, period. So you can't just replay the entire main story of Pokemon Ranger again and get another Manaphy egg. No, it was, if you got that cartridge used, or if you already used it on that one cartridge, that's the one Manaphy you get. So it's basically the hardest shiny hunt if you ever plan on shiny hunting a freaking Manaphy. Good luck with that. But yeah, that's Manaphy. Let's see. 86, 7, 89, 90. Okay, actually, we are going to be using Manaphy again later on, because there's another Pokemon that we actually need Manaphy for, as well as the Ditto that we have currently in our breeding grounds. But I think we'll take care of that later. Right now, I should probably actually get my Metagross back out. And we are going to go hunt the Space and Time duo that we ignored previously. While we were up here in Mount Coronet, though, I do want to mention, I completely forgot about this part, this area for waterfalling, when we were doing the whole waterfall section. Completely forgot about it, and it's been, what, like 7 episodes since then, so sorry about that. But if you go up here, now that you have access to waterfall, and go in here, we get the Adamant Orb, and the Lustrous Orb. These are 2 different orbs that are supposed to be given to Dialga and Palkia respectively. Basically, they power up the 2 Pokemon. Giratina also has an orb of its own called the Griseus Orb, which initially you actually need to go over to Send-Off Spring to actually go find the Griseus Orb, at least in Platinum. I do not believe that you can actually find the Griseus Orb in Diamond and Pearl at all. And then in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, you actually find it by going into the Pal Park Replacement, wherever the hell it's called, and then fighting a Shadow Giratina there, which is kind of interesting. Basically, giving the Lustrous Orb and the Adamant Orb to Palkia and Dialga, that basically just increases the power of their moves. Yeah, I took that item. Specifically, the types they are. Palkia is Dragon Steel, so it increases Dragon Steel moves, and then Palkia is Dragon Water, which increases Dragon Water type moves. Do not think that it'll work if you give it to any Pokemon. It's specifically for Dialga and Palkia only. Same with Giratina. Increases Dragon and Ghost moves, and also it gives Giratina its origin form outside of the Distortion world. But... oh, hello. We'll deal with you later. But again, the orb is only usable on Giratina. You can't give it to just any Pokemon and hope that it'll increase its Dragon and Ghost type moves. Dragon and Ghost, I wonder if that combination... okay, well, I know, sorry. I know Dragapult is a Dragon Ghost type, but I wonder if anyone else has that combination. But, up here at Spear Pillar, we are missing some things. Oh, I remember, there's a completely different part of this that I completely forgot to do. We cannot fly here, damn it. So we actually need to go to Celestic Town before we can actually encounter these guys. We go inside the big house here, and we talk to the Elder here. Well, hello, you look good. I did some research of my own since that spot of trouble last time. Mount Coronet's acting up had me very concerned, too. Well, this is what I found in the shrine. It's a book. It's quite old. Let me read it for you. The bearer of the Shining Adamant Orb summons Dialga to the Spear Pillar. The guardian of Pokemon of Time will answer the call. The bearer of the Shining Lustrous Orb summons Palkia to the Spear Pillar. Pokemon that binds the spatial dimensions will answer the call. Seems people long ago met both Dialga and Palkia, Pokemon of Time and Space. I wonder if they'll mention any of that in Pokemon Arceus. I won't know, because I've actually decided after the disappointment of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and how they've added some things, or like changed some things in Legends Arceus that I'm not a big fan of. Like they added freaking smartphone to Field Japan. That's annoying. Plus, also, I have kind of financial issues right now. I'm not going to get the game. I'll just see what other people say about the game and see whether it's actually worth getting. But yeah, so you need to get the Adamant Orb and Lustrous Orb anyways in order to actually encounter Dialga and Palkia, so it's kind of good timing for that, except I completely forgot about the whole Celestic Elder thing. But now, if we return to Spear Pillar, you'll see now that we actually have some sort of portal thing going right here. These guys are unfortunately not rebattleable, so you are going to have to defeat the Elite Four if you want to rebattle them again. So I recommend you actually save outside of here right now. On the other side of the rift, it's a fantastically bizarre place. It's Dialga. Will you challenge Dialga? Now, I like to imagine that the place, this fantastically bizarre place that's being specified, is actually the location of where you see Dialga and Palkia in the Darkrai movie. Pokemon in the Rise of Darkrai, I believe it's called. You actually get to see Dialga and Palkia fighting for whatever reason. I don't know why that movie, it was supposed to revolve around Darkrai, but also Dialga and Palkia, who the two of them don't really have much, the three of them don't really have much of a connection. I don't know. I'm so full. Alright, anyways, I will see you guys in a moment. That hurt. I'll see you guys in a moment. Wow, that was actually pretty easy, not gonna lie. Does Dialga have an increased catch rate? I might check that out in post later on. A legendary Pokemon is Sinnoh. It is said that time flows when Dialga's heart beats. That's pretty cool, not gonna lie. I think Dialga is actually Dialga is my personal favorite of the two between Dialga and Palkia. Should mention though, if you're playing Brilliant Diamond or regular Diamond, you can only encounter Dialga, and you actually encounter Dialga during the story elements. This is only a Platinum thing where you can actually fight Dialga here. And in order to get Palkia, you need to go back to the cave and then come back out. And here's Palkia's portal. Again, you're gonna want to save. I do like that the texture is actually different. Yeah, bizarre place. And we have... come on. Palkia, don't get me wrong, Palkia's fine. I just, one, I find it weird that it's friggin' water type and not psychic type. And two, I just think time is honestly a lot cooler. Real quickly, I should mention, because I'm trying to mention this, it's probably a good idea for you to go on this whole quest to capture all the legendaries at nighttime, because not all the legendaries are going to have the, are going to be graciously found in caves where you can use the Dusk Balls just effectively no matter the time of day. Because Dusk Balls are going to be the best thing. You can also, actually, because it's part water type, you can also catch Palkia in Net Balls if you want to do that. Net Balls are 3 times capture rate, while Palkia is only 3.5. I'm pretty sure these guys have increased capture rate. Because that is ridiculous. A legendary Pokemon Sinnoh said that space becomes more stable with Palkia's every breath. That's pretty cool. I know Palkia also makes an appearance in this game, but freaking Dialga is like one of the main antagonists in Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time, Darkness, and Sky, and let me tell you, that Dialga fight in that game, so, I love that fight. It has really great music, by the way. If you never heard Dialga's fight to the finish, you need to listen to it. But it's also such a pain in the ass fight. I originally started off with a Turtwig and a Phanpy, and because of that, you'd figure that Phanpy, oh, it's a ground type, it should have no problem dealing with Palkia. I think it just didn't learn any really good ground type moves, at least not ones that's not Earthquake that would also damage the Turtwig. So I instead resorted to Riolu, and I've basically always played Turtwig and Riolu ever since. Anyways, with that all said and done, we should now have 210 out of the 210 for our Sinnoh Pokedex. Nice. Let's actually go see if Rowan says anything now that we actually have this achievement done. We have Dawn outside Rowan's place. I believe if you talk to her, she'll actually tell you some stuff you can do, in case you're curious what you can do now. Hey, P-Freak, have you ever chatted with my kid sister? Her kid sister will actually tell you if there are Pokemon swarming around here. I don't know if they're actually, like, swarms in this version or whatever, but basically swarms are just Pokemon that are not normally found in Sinnoh will now appear in a specific place at an increased rate, and they actually have a, they change daily, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, hey Rowan, what's up? Well, it's immense. There are many more Pokemon. It's really, okay, so you don't actually say anything. Well, that's good to know. You know what? Let's talk to Dawn's kid sister briefly. See what she has to say. Where are you? Oh, you're P-Freak? Hey, you're that Pokedex thing for the professor. Wow, that's Taylor's big sister. Go for it. Okay, so yeah, I guess there are no swarms in this game. That's probably a good thing to be honest. Hey, P-Freak. Yeah, I have. Okay, well, I guess Dawn's just kind of stuck in an infinite loop. But with that all said and done, how far are we? I've cut out a lot of stuff, and I'm not really sure how far we are in the actual video itself. Probably not as far as I think I am. So, we are going to actually capture one more set of Pokemon. We're going to actually start going and capturing Pokemon in Pokedex order now. So, with that said, we return here once again to finally encounter one of these portal Pokemon that we've been ignoring this entire time. This is a Pokemon that you can actually capture. You can keep battling it without having to try to fight the Elite Four. But, battle said and done, it's a rift across time and space. You can feel a harsh blizzard passing through from the other side. Do you want to link the other side with the red chain? So we use the red chain here to actually... Okay, I see. Okay. So that's why we have the red chain. Apparently the red chain was a key item to begin with, or at least in the data of Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, which is kind of cool. And they actually have a purpose for it now, so that's kind of cool. Speaking of cool, this is Articuno. Articuno is the first of the legendary bird Pokemon introduced in Generation 1. You can't actually capture these Pokemon in Platinum. I don't think you do in Diamond and Pearl. So another reason as to why they should have remade freaking Diamond and Pearl instead, Platinum instead of Diamond and Pearl. But anyways, oh come on. Okay, I swear to God, is Hurricane just freaking 100% accurate nowadays? Okay, it has. What is with all these Pokemon that have freaking healing moves? I'm getting tired of it. Anyways, what I was trying to say is that you can capture these Pokemon legitimately in Pokemon Platinum. The way you do that is that Professor Oak will actually be located in a house in Eterna City. You're supposed to talk to him, and then after you're done talking with him, Articuno and the other 2 legendary birds will actually begin roaming around the region. Yes, they are 3 more roamers in this game. Like I said, there are 5 roamers in this game normally. Thank God they don't have it freaking here. Okay. But with that all said, I think that's all I had to say about Articuno. Other than that, I honestly think their Galarian forms are a lot cooler than their normal forms. So I'll see you guys after I finish capturing this thing. Or attempt. Alright, there we go. Why do I like capturing legendary Pokemon again? I don't know. Legendary bird Pokemon. It can create blizzards by freezing the moisture in the air. But, there we go. We've caught our first legendary bird Pokemon, and our first of the Rift Across Time and Space thing. Alright. Not bad, not bad, and we only lost 2 party members out of it. Again, you're gonna want someone that can change the weather because, God, having the hail there was annoying as hell. Next place we're going to want to go to is the Valley Windworks. You remember that little island that was here earlier? Well, now if we go over there, we can see there's another portal here. It's Rift Across Time and Space, yada yada, something about thunder. And we have Zapdos, the second of the legendary bird Pokemon. It's kind of fitting how they have it in Valley Windworks, since Valley Windworks is supposed to be some sort of power plant, and you could originally encounter Zapdos in the Kanto games at the power plant in here. So that's pretty cool, I'd say. All right. Wait, no, that's right. You can really. Zapkannon's so hard to land though. Whatever. You can paralyze the electric types. I should probably specify. You can't paralyze ground types though. So I'll see you guys in a moment. Okay, that actually was not as bad as Articuno. I will take that. A legendary Pokemon is said to live in thunderclouds. It freely controls lightning bolts. Okay, why is the text like swapping back and forth between weirdly formatted and then perfectly formatted? I don't know. But there we go. That's bird number dos. Now we go off to the final bird. Alright, so to get to this room, we kind of ignored this. There's a rock climb path you could take over here, which leads us over to this room. And going up here, it's Rift Across Time and Space, you can feel scorching embers passing through the other side. And finally, we have the last of the legendary birds, that being Moltres. I think normally over here you can actually find the TM for Dark Pulse, if I remember correctly. So if you're looking for Dark Pulse for, say, Houndoom, there you go, at least in the main game. I don't know if Dark Pulse is actually a TM in this game. Probably should check that out. But, yep, this is our last one, the literal fried chicken, or at least fried-looking chicken. I'll see you guys in a moment. So while I'm trying to capture this fried chicken bird, whatever, I should probably mention, I kind of like this nod that they have with having you being able to find Moltres in Victory Road, because in the original Red, Blue, and Yellow, this is actually where you found Moltres was in Victory Road. In the remakes, you actually found Moltres in one of these heavy islands. So this is kind of a cool little nod to that, I'd say. Because you could have originally had this thing over at Fuego Ironworks instead, but no, this actually fits pretty well. We cancel out Sky Attack there. Same thing with Zapdos and Articuno. Zapdos you found near a power plant, which was Valley Windworks. And Articuno, technically, I guess, the top of Mount Coronet fits because it actually kind of fits better than fucking where you found it in the Kanto games, because Seafoam Islands was a deep frozen cave that you just found it in, because honestly, what bird wants to be in a freaking cave? Hell, freaking Appa didn't want to be in a cave. What makes you think a bird wants to be in there? Alright, so Articuno was the most BS one of all of them. One legendary bird Pokemon has said that its appearances indicates the coming of spring. Nice, nice, nice. By the way, if you have never seen what Galarian Moltres looks like, it's really freaking cool, I'm telling you that. Anyways, with that all said and done, I think this is probably a good place for us to stop for now. We have so many more legendary Pokemon we still gotta capture. We've only scratched the surface of it. So that's gonna be it for now. If you like what I do, subscribe to my channel, follow me on social media links. All that will be in the description. Next time, we're going off to more hunting. I will see you guys then.